Everyone, I, Anisha Goel, on behalf of PDPU Innovation and Incubation Center, welcome you all to this session on entrepreneurship and ideation. So, before we begin the session, I would like to orient you guys on a few details about what actually Innovation and Incubation Center is and what are the next events and activities that we have planned for you in the coming months. So I'll just take 2 to 3 minutes and we'll go through a short video. Guys, sorry, just give me a minute. I'll just start the video. So guys, so that was a brief about PDPU IIC, all the facilities that we have here, the startups that are incubated with us. So before taking more time, I would ask Brency to take over. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. I welcome all of you to the webinar on Ideation and Entrepreneurship by Mr. Aditya Dave. I'd like to introduce our speaker to you. Mr. Aditya has been working with the local startup ecosystem for 4 years and more. He has been, and of the last 3 years, he has experience in edutech and hardware startups. He is the founder and CEO of Lari, a startup manufacturing smart street food carts in India. He is also the director at Upscale, a challenge-based hiring platform. His another company, Alagi, is currently affecting more than 1,500 school students across Gujarat with establishment of entrepreneurship cells in Gujarat government and more than 52 workshops across the state. In the last year alone, he has spoken in more than 8 countries and 34 cities on design thinking, business model canvas, and starting a startup. By talks and workshops. We are glad to have you here. To all the participants, if you have any doubt or question, you can unmute yourself or drop a text in the chat box. So, you may please start the session now.
Sure, thanks so much, the team IIC. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone here. And I'll just share my screen to get started with. Yep, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So today we're going to talk about ideation and entrepreneurship. But before we get started quickly on that, I just want to talk about why. Why are you here today? So quick, 1, 2, 3 words, max 3 words of your reason of being in this session webinars, because this last year and a half we're crowded with such, so not want to make it a lot of information loaded, rather than having it more of an interaction and getting value out of it thoroughly. So everyone, if you can just put in quickly in the chat your reason to be a part of this webinar. It would be lovely to see that. So you can just put in chat 1, 2, or 3 words. Why are you here today? Yeah. We'll wait for people to reply in the chat. Yeah. How to evaluate your ideas into your work. What else? What else? Reason can be as simple as it being compulsory, but still I would love to hear everyone's thought on this. What else? How to evaluate our ideas into work? What are other reasons you are here today? Just giving it a minute and so people to. Okay, no worries. Moving on. So we have few people there. Okay, how to find correct team member to learn more about ideation. Yeah, no worries. Great. Quick question before we start today. I understand it's after the lunchtime and going ahead with this session. So I do this quick check-ins in all my sessions when we started. So how are you feeling today? Red, green, yellow. So green being, yeah, great, very excited to learn rest of the day and stuff. Yellow being maybe somewhere in between, not exactly great, but some confusion, some sluggish area in between. Red being exhausted, tired, or anything. So you can share how are you feeling. Quick. Red, green, yellow. Red, green, yellow. So yeah, everyone here. Okay, we have few greens. You can be yellow. You can be red. That's totally fine. Great. So moving ahead, the first question we start with today is the world today better or worse in comparison to 10, 50, 100 years ago? What do you think? It is better or worse? You can quickly type in the chat. Better, okay. Better in most things. Interesting. Okay, worse in some, definitely. Okay, so in 2014, the humanity paid more money for Angry Birds, a game, than the cancer research. The human history has was growing on fast. World today is equal to smart. It's faster, it's cheaper. So this is where like cost of genome sequences in 2014 has been $1,000. World today is more connected. Mobile subscribers today are much moving towards that. Today the world is full of opportunities, and that is what we can play with. So that is what we'll be talking about in this session today in ideation and entrepreneurship. We'll be playing a couple of games, quick games, and then we'll be covering a couple of stories, and we'll be finishing the session with a quick playbook around how you can actually test and validate your idea, what you can do around that, how you can generate an idea, validate the idea, and then take it forward. So the first game we play is called Parallel Universe. Okay, so in this game, what we do here is that I'll be giving you one object. So for example, the object is brick. Okay, so I'll be giving you one object. You can have a pen or a paper, or you can put it out in the chat once I say stop. Once I say stop, you can put out a list of things you thought of in the chat. So what we are going to do is I'll give you one object, okay? And you have to think of it, its alternative use cases. So what can a brick be used as? It can be used as a friend who is a great listener. So you just put a smiley face on it. It can use to crack nuts. It can be used as a grill. It definitely can be used as a self-defense. It can be used as a doorstop. It can be used to build homes. It can be used to hide your key under. So n number of usages, right? So I'll give you 3 minutes and I'll give you an object. What you have to do is you have to put in the usage. What can be alternative usage of this? Yes, everyone with me? Yes or no? Quick yes, quick no, and I'll share the object in the next slide. Yeah. So the object is mango bite, the mango bite chocolate, and your 3 minutes starts now. You can write alternative usage in a list, and when I say stop, you can put it out in the chat. I'll also play some. Anshul, what you can do is when I say stop, you can put it out in the chat at last. So don't put any of your answers right now. Play some quick background music. one more minute to go. Let us everyone has like at least 5 different usages of mango bite rather than just eating it. Last 10 seconds. You can start posting your answers now. You can start posting your answers. You can put the answers in chat. If you have drawn something on a paper and pen, if you've written something, you can show it as well. Okay, we have good answers in here. Let's see. To attract children, it's a fragrance, interesting flavor, soap, coloring tool, really nice. Change, interesting. It's edible jewelry. Okay. Okay. Now, what else? This is very, very innovative. What else can mango bite be used for? Yeah, interesting. Uh, for refreshment, as a gift, as a gift. What else? Anyone else who is? Oh, wow! Broken pieces of shiny decor. Can we use it as a ant trap to trap the ants, attract them, and trap them? Maybe, I guess. Dressing on the cakes and pastries. Okay. So in ideation, when we talk about to generate ideas, to think about new ideas, this is one of the very, very prominent methods. You basically go ahead, look at the current objects. You try to understand alternative usages of that, and then you create a viable usage and do something about it. Basically, create a solution which can sell. So the next exercise, the next game is called intelligent ideation. And I would want everyone to have a pen and paper with you. It would be really, really helpful to actually have a pen and paper, and then you can just write the things or answer the things I can say. You can answer in the chat as well. Okay. So we're good. So next is around a 7 minutes exercise. It's very quick. And we should start. So yeah. So make a list of 5 of your closest friend and 3 of your family's closest member. Okay. Make a list of 5 of your closest friends and 3 of family's closest members. Make sense? Yes or no? Quick yes or no in the chat. Yeah, you can type this list in the chat, or you can just write it down on the paper. If it's on the paper, it would be really nice. So we can discuss this throughout. I'll give you 1 minute to do this. Okay. How many of you are done with this? Listing down three of your closest family members and five of your closest friends. If you are done with this, type done in the chat. Are you done? You can just type done. Okay, Mike, Anshul, yes, Kushi done. Okay. Okay. We have few people who are good to go. Well, Dheeraj is done. Okay. So the next part here is what you have to do. This is something you're gonna do right now. Okay. So from the last sheet, pick five people you would be excited. Anyone. It may be family or it may be a friend to help solve a problem for. So it may be anyone you would like to solve a problem for. Send them message. Send them the message right now. You can use your phone. You can just put them a text message on WhatsApp, or you can just put them quick message anywhere else, and just send them the message like this. Hey, can I ask what's the biggest challenge you're facing in your life? And I'm asking as a part of the school project. So just put the message to them, and ask them to reply right now. Anything that problem comes in their top of their mind, and yeah, just try putting out that problems in the chat. So whatever the reply you get, try putting out. I'll give you a minute and a half again to do this. So you can text your friends in the session who are out of the session, who are anywhere else. Do this right now. And when they reply, describe their problems in the chat quickly. Okay, how many of you messaged this to five people? How many of you did it? If you are done, type in yes in the chat. If you messaged, type yes. No worries. How many of you have done the message? Type in yes. Anyone got a reply and would like to share in here? Anyone got the reply? You can unmute your mic and share as well. Not an issue.
My friend said that there's no motivation for me now because I have been selected to NIT of Surat and I want to prepare for IIT for IIT advanced for JEE advanced.
Okay, okay. So the thing he told that there is no motivation for him for what? Can you go again? Sorry.
For JEE Advanced because his score was good enough that he can get NIT. And so this time there were 4 attempts for JEE main. So he
Okay,
said now there's no motivation that I could go for JEE.
makes sense. So there is no motivation for a follow-on exam, right? Makes sense. What else? Lot of insecurity since past 2 years. Makes sense. What else? What else? How many of you got replies and would like to share? And you can unmute, you can put in chat. We'll quickly move towards that. Fear of being alone, definitely. That's a valid problem. Okay, so moving forward, once you get replies, you can describe their problems like this. We'll move towards the next slide. So now try to group them. So try to group them. What kind of people are they? So are they, so these are just like a very I would say a broader example of it, but you can put it into categories like teenagers, youth going to colleges in Ahmedabad, for example. And you can put like they are coders, entrepreneurs, they are so if you like a lot of places you're like, I don't know what is the kind of people are they belonging to. So you can just put that, okay, people like my grandma, people like my nanny, for example, or maybe people like my friend. So you can, okay, this is the type of people my friend is. I So these are the kind of people they belong. And you can also write that what other kind of people are you excited to help. So you are excited to help, for example, uh, you are excited to help small babies aged from 3 to 5 years, right? So you can do anything around that. Next, so what you do next is you pick 3 people or groups from the previous, and then for each segment, let's hypothesize their emotional needs. So you can write that, okay, this is the segment. What is they are most afraid of? What frustrates them? What is this segment bored by? What discouragement is there? What stresses them out? What they love? So that is where you basically that, okay, these are their emotional needs. And then you basically try to understand, is there opportunity to do something around here or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? So now what you can do in here is that you can actually work around that how many such people you can get as a customer, how many such people you can reach out. Would they pay if you can satisfy their feelings? So for example, there was an answer that fear of being alone. So if you can actually solve that, is someone willing to pay how much? $10, up to $10, 10 to $1,000, 1,000 plus dollars. And how many years you would be excited to serve these people for? It's a very important question. Can you do this for your lifetime? So that is 10 plus years. Can you do this for just 3 to 10 years or just a short project? You want to do it for 0 to 3 years. So you put numbers out of this, multiply this numbers, you will get a final total. So for me, if I would have to give an emotional or a specific value to this number, this kind of people or this kind of people having this particular problem is something you are very much willing to work, right? And there is a great opportunity as well for you to work. Does this make sense? Quick yes, quick no's. Quick yes, quick no's in the chat. You can ask questions as well. I'll wait here for 30 more seconds and you can ask questions if you have it till now. You can unmute your mic and ask. You can put it in the chat as well. Any questions? Okay. So that is where the whole summary comes in. So from the previous table, pick 2 emotion segment pairs with the highest scores. So your primary customers are entrepreneurs of your color who feel afraid of not making enough money. when they look at their cash flow, because they haven't found out product market fit, and I want to help them feel financially secure and successful. So that is an ideal people I want to work in. If not this, whom? uh, Maybe new meditators who feel physical discomfort when they meditate because they are inflexible and their legs fall asleep. So I want to help them feel comfortable meditating. So these are very specific problems and customers So from this, what you can go in that, oh, okay, this is what I want to target. This is the kind of people I want to serve. This is the kind of problem I want to solve. So this is the solution I can build. So this is the kind of ideation exercise you can work ahead with. So let's start to the theory part of the presentation where we specifically talk, and I'll share a lot of tools and a few stories about how you can actually dive into the world of entrepreneurship, how you can identify a problem, dive into the world of entrepreneurship and check if this is for you or not. So step one, it's all about the mindset. So you have to keep the mindset, okay, it's okay to fail. Second, think about the why. Think about why are you here? Why you want to do this? Is it simply because of earning money? Great, it's fine. It's okay. It's okay to be here just to earn money. It's just because to learn something, it's totally fine as well. All the reasons are valid. So basic business principle, you want to solve the problem. Does anyone know this person in the photo? Yes or no? Quick yes, quick no's. Does anyone know the person in photo? You can type in no if you don't know. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Anyone knows?
Muhammad Yunus, right?
Yes, he is Muhammad Yunus. Are you aware what did he do? Are you aware what Muhammad Yunus did?
I'm not aware, but I know that he award. I guess he is Nobel Prize winner. Maybe.
Yes. So Muhammad Yunus is 2006 Nobel Prize winner. He created a company called Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. So that's what he's known for. And it's a social enterprise. So he saw the challenge. He saw in people that there is poverty in Bangladesh. Very, very usual challenge he has. Then he saw the symptom that, okay, I can see there is poverty in Bangladesh. I can see that women are starving. Why? Because they don't have enough to feed themselves and their family. Why? Because they are not making enough money. Why? Because most of their income comes, they give it to money lenders because they take loans. Why? Because they don't have access to bank loans. Banks don't give them loan. Why? Because they are illiterate poor women with no collateral. They don't have a collateral to access the loans from the bank. So root causes, there is no such institution to make loans to poor women at interest rate that are reasonable. So he created a solution. Like, let's create a solution. Let's create a bank which specifically targets people who are not served by the current banking system. So that is where he created Grameen Bank, and that is where he actually started this whole enterprise. So this system of ideation is called 5 whys. So you ask why till you reach the root cause of the problem, right? So basic business principle extension, the way you solve the problem does not matter as long as it does it. 3, understand the system, very important. How many of you know this? How many of you know this? What is this? What is this in the future? Anyone? What is this? You can say yes if you know and let me know what is it. And if you don't know, just type in no in the chat. What is this? You can just see and you can put that this is this may be this. You can put an assumption here as well.
This can be a metal fish.
Okay, metal fish makes sense. What else? What is this? What is this photo tells? What else? You can type in no in the chat, yes in the chat, anything is fine. Okay, so this is a fish made out of iron. Okay, so this is a fish made out of a metal, basically, and it's in the hand of a person. So now the story behind this is, so there is a couple, they are billionaires. So they are billionaires in America. They decide to retire from their corporate life and they decide to settle down. Great. So now what happens is that they settle down in a village of Vietnam. And now what happens is when they go and see there, they see people there having lack of minerals in their bodies. So they are a lack of iron, they are lack of other minerals in their body. And they were billionaires. They can afford basically anything and everything. So they basically thought that why don't we solve this problem? The wife and the husband were like, okay, yes. If you were in their place, how would you solve this problem? How would you solve the problem? You have every kind of money in the world. And how would you solve the problem of mineral deficiency of an entire village? What would you do? You can unmute and tell or can put in the chat. Anything is fine. What would you do? Anyone? There is an entire village who is having lack of minerals in their body and you have all the money in the world. How you solve the problem? No one? Okay. So what they do is they basically order the minerals and the iron powders, basically, which are taken so that the deficiency is not there. So they ordered this and they gave it to everyone for free. They gave it to everyone for free. And after a month, they again saw that no one was eating that one and everyone was same iron deficient as before. They tried and went out to talk to people that, okay, what's the issue? But no one was actually eating this. So they went out to the padri of the village, the priest out there. So he told that these things are considered unholy as a part of our religious literature. So the couple is like, oh, okay, what should we do now? How do we do that? And they were thinking and they asked the priest that, okay, what is the most holiest thing out there in the city? What do they consider the most holy? So they are like, they consider fish very holy. The villain is like, great. So now what they did was they made such fishes out of raw iron and then gave it to everyone. Then they told that if you put this fish in your water tank, the place from where you drink the water, it brings you good luck. Now this raw iron dissembles at a very slow pace. Everyone was having water which contained it, and they were able to successfully reduce the people having iron deficiency and minerals deficiency. Today itself, if you just Google or Amazon पे search करो that lucky iron fish, you get this fish, and it's what $25 something. So the moral of the story here is that you basically try and understand that as a system. Don't force your solution to the customer, rather understand what they want and how you can generalize and give it to them. Yeah. Step 4, follow-up process. So next few steps are very important, where I'll be just going ahead with a quick glance of it. One, start with why. Why are you in this journey? That's the first. Second, what is the problem you're solving, or what is the opportunity you're targeting? What is one thing you're doing out of this? Whose problem it is? Whose problem are you solving? How painful that problem is? for them. So maybe if I talk about the iron problem, it's painful as due to the deficiency, they are not able to work 2 extra hours a day and they are losing wage of $20 a day. So now you can actually have a number to this. So they are basically losing $7,000 a year just due to this deficiency. So this is, if you can calculate that pain in dollars or rupees, anything. How many such people have this problem? Generalize, as we talked earlier, entrepreneurs, coders. So you'll get a number of people have similar problem. This is a simple business model canvas, as I used to call it, where you basically put three things: problem, who precisely will buy it, and what are you proposing. What's our go to market? How will you go to market out of this? So this is a very nice canvas. Describe your ideal customer, as we did earlier. Name 10 people. We know that these are our closest friend. 10 people you know who is close to this ideal customer. And then you go out with, okay, talk to each of them. Talk to each of them and understand what they want to like. You understand what is the easiest way to reach with them. You understand who can be partner to basically reach such more kind of. Test this out. Seriously, do this tomorrow. If you're really planning to do a business, do this tomorrow. Remember the principle we discussed earlier. You want to solve the problem. Follow tips. Yeah. So first, work out your pitch. Second, ideal customer. Write down 10 people you can know and get to contact info that fit the bill. Call every single of them. Learn from those calls. Work out the business model. Okay, this is the problem I'm solving. This is my solution. This is how much I can sell it for. Create everything that is needed to create that first sale. Create that first customer, buy, use your product. Stop doing everything else until you make that first sale. Remember this, nail it and then scale. It's very important. And the last step is, that is where you find a mentor. This is where a role of an amazing incubation center like IIC comes in the picture, where you have a mentor and you basically traverse your journey for. While you're pondering on this, do a reality check. Very important. How much money you need to start this? One. So once you have the list, think about the way to get the things on this list for free. Second, what are the recurring costs? Every month, what you have to pay. Third, what is the cost to deliver one piece of your product? Now, when you talk about the price, how much you can charge, define three prices. What is the lowest you can go? What is the medium? And what is the highest you can go? And again, how many units you need to sell to break even? Again, at each prices, you'll have different curriculums. So that is where you will have that, okay, this is the price you need to have it. And do a reality check, that how many units you need to cover your initial investment, how many units you need to earn some pocket money, how many units you can sell to make a living out of it. The money you get in the job, you get here as well. And how many units you have to sell to become rich. And final question, very important, that is the market big enough for any of the scenarios to happen? It's a very important question to ask yourself. So create a timeline and set goals. Task 1, 2, 3, and go ahead with it. Tip, get a mentor to help. So step 5, persistence trumps talent. The most common cause of failure at this stage is simply giving up. Step 6, put it into action. Build your first prototype. No rules, just get the first sale. Always remember, we are privileged. Everyone who has access to places like this, people like this, definitely are privileged to work on this journey. So let's recap. Let's quickly recap the steps and go forward with how you basically can implement it. 1, it's all about the mindset. 2, think about the why. Why did you start? 3rd, understand the system. Understand everyone who is involved. Follow a process. Persistence trumps talent. Put it in action. We are privileged. Have the guts to try. I dare you. I dare you to start your business. Put your vaguest of the ideas into action and see how that works. So coming to the end of this presentation, we have 10ish more minutes, I guess. Yeah, right on time. We have 10ish more minutes to answer the questions which you might have to go. So we'll be taking questions now. Anyone wants to ask? Very happy to answer. Yes, Dheeraj.
I had a startup idea. So actually, उसके लिए कुछ capital भी नहीं चाहिए. I can just start with it. So actually, जो मेरा स्टार्टअप प्लान है वो बड़ी सिटीज के लिए है, बट मेरी सिटीज में जिस फील्ड में जो मेरा प्लान है वो इस चीज को, बट दैट वाज लाइक पहले एजुकेशन खत्म कर फिर जो करना है करना. तो आपके हिसाब से क्या करना चाहिए?
So my suggestion is you should start. Check if this works. When I went and talk about reality check, because you might think आप अभी सोच रहे होगे कि हाँ ये तो चलेगा, ये बड़ी बड़ी सिटी में स्मॉल में चलेगा. A lot of assumption. Until and unless you break the assumption, and that's something you cannot guarantee. तो मेरे हिसाब से ऐसा है कि you should start right now. Being in college is the best time to start, as liabilities are very small. After college, it's a bit hard. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any other question? Anyone else?
One more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Actually, I saw your LinkedIn. You are running a startup, I think.
Yeah.
So I want to ask the question. I have read many times about the startup funding things, the round one, round two. How it's actually been conducted and what's the process of it?
So it depends. It depends on which stage of the startup you are at. When it's very initial stage, that is where uh, centers like Innovation and Incubation Center, PDPU, comes in the place, where they help you get pre-incubation and incubation stage with you. They help you with mentoring, prototyping, fund supports. So they make you venture capital ready, and then you basically go ahead and raise funds. So maybe the seed stage, series A, B, C, जो भी है वो सब.
Okay.
Anyone else with any questions? You can put it in the chat if you don't want to unmute as well. I guess. Okay with me. Any other questions? Okay. We are good, I guess. So Anisha, let's see.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for a very interactive and fun session. I think everybody was really enjoying it and as well as learning. It was very great having you. To anybody who has any more questions, you can go ahead or you can email it to us. Thanks for the session, sir. You can.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you.